are listening to the Gamecasters.
Natalie, Jeff, and Ryan are the Gamecasters, and they do a board get your inboxes and nooks and games and top 5 lists, and sometimes there's fart jokes.
Welcome back, gamers, to episode 2 of the Gamecasters Adjacent episode. In this episode, there's more hosts than normal, but really it's just me. There's no Natalie, there's no Jeff. Who there is this time are the kiddos. We have Cameron, Alan, James. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
We have Lexi, Kathleen, James.
Hello.
And we have Scarlett, Corinne, James.
Hi.
And they are here to talk to you all about some awesome games that we've played. In this adjacent episode, we're going to talk about games like Second Chance. We're going to talk about games like
Dinosaur Tea Party.
We're going to talk about awesome games called
Can't Stop.
We're going to talk about games called Harvest Dice. And we're going to talk about why we like them, why we don't like them, why they're good for kids, why they might not be. Okay, does that sound fun?
Yeah.
In the first game, we're going to go to a game called Dinosaur Tea Party.
And then we're going to do Second Chance.
Oh, you want to go in that order? Okay, we'll start with Dinosaur Tea Party. We'll hit Second Chance. We'll go Can't Stop. We'll do Harvest Dice. It's going to be super, super fun for everyone. Actually, we also have another game to talk about after. At the end, you're going to hear us talk about a game called The Castles of Burgundy that we played for the first time with Cameron. His first big box grown-up game.
So I couldn't play it.
But soon. I think soon you'll be able to play it. So let's talk about Dinosaur Tea Party first.
Mm-hmm.
In Dinosaur Tea Party, you are trying to figure out, by way of deduction, what dinosaur card everybody has. At the beginning of the game, you start with a dinosaur card in front of you. You don't let anybody see it. This dinosaur card matches one of the many dinosaur cards in front of the table. All these dinosaur cards have features on them, like they might be wearing glasses, they might have a hat on, they might have a green background, they might be eating food. All sorts of different stuff. On your turn, you're going to basically choose another player and ask them a question. Cameron, give me an example question you might ask me about my dinosaur.
So, does your dinosaur have glasses?
And if my dinosaur does have glasses, there's a little tile I have in front of me. It's like a little glasses tile. I flip it face up. If it doesn't, I flip it face down. It's got a little X on it. So then everyone else at the table now knows that my dinosaur does or does not have glasses. So they can then use that to deduce, okay, which dinosaurs out here don't have glasses? Okay, Deda's doesn't have glasses, so all of these ones that do have glasses are out, right? Mm-hmm. And we go around and around asking people their features until we think we've learned enough information to make a guess. If you make a guess, Lexi, what do you get if you're right?
You get a sugar cube if you're right, and if you get 3 sugar cubes, you win.
You win, and the game is over. Okay, so that is that. So, Scarlett, Corinne, have you played Dinosaur Tea Party?
Yes, with Cameron.
And what did you think about the game, honey?
Yummy.
I liked it because it was fun for kids. So I wanted. So if you
It's okay.
If you get them dinosaur cues.
It's okay. Do you like what the art looks like?
Yeah, it's very good, and so if you want to see it, then you can ask them if they have a hat. Then if they say no, then you don't get a sugar cube.
But what do you like about it? What's fun for you about the game?
That we have to guess what dinosaur it is.
That sounds really cool. Lexi, what about you? Do you like this game?
Yeah.
What do you like about it, though?
So, if you don't know, I like guessing games.
I didn't know. You do?
No.
Oh, you don't? You don't like guessing games?
I do.
I thought you just said you did.
I
getting
do.
confusing.
Okay, I do. I like guessing games, and Dinosaur Tea Party, as you heard, Scarlett and Dad talk about it. It's a guessing game.
True.
And I just like guessing games because it's kind of figure out. You get to deduce.
You like deducing?
I like deducing.
Or do you just like saying the word deduce?
Deduce.
Deduce. Do you like to deduce?
I like to.
Cameron, do you like to deduce?
So, I love to deduce. So, I like to deduce because it's fun. It's just fun to figure out. Sometimes it's you're maybe that one. Is it that dinosaur? Or is it that dinosaur?
What about the artwork? Do you like the artwork?
Yeah, it's very detailed.
It is?
Yeah.
That's what you like about
because
it?
some dinosaurs, like, I feel like the people who made the game in the cards, the dinosaurs are, like, very detailed because they have, like, funny, like, glasses on them.
Yeah.
Or they could have, like, a green background. Yeah, the people who, like, make the game, they do
Really
a lot
cool.
of
That's awesome.
good stuff with it, so they probably worked very hard.
Cameron, what about you, buddy? Did you like Dinosaur Tea Party?
I liked it.
How come?
I liked where you guess other people's dinosaurs.
So, like, what you mean, like, when you're asking about a feature, that's what you liked?
Yeah.
And then you get to figure out who has what?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
do
what I
you
really
do you
liked.
kids think that this game is good for other kids?
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
best for other
it's-
kids.
Really?
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
It's a really fun, easy, good kid game.
Really?
Yeah, because other games are good kid games, but like this one's like I feel like this one's like really good for kids because
How come?
I'm a kid and I like
And
it.
you like it, so other kids must like it.
Yeah, so
Cameron, do you have any thoughts of why it's good for kids? Are the
It's good-
rules like really easy and it's just fun to look
It's good
at?
for kids because, like, also the details. The dinosaurs are really cool for kids, and I think other kids will think it's really cool looking.
Well, that's awesome. You have something else to
I
say,
have
Lex?
one
One
more
more thing?
it's because like kid games they don't really have a lot of instructions to it. They have like very easy, good instructions to it. Like grown-up games, you have to like pay attention. But for like kid games, it's really fun because there's not a lot of like very hardness. Like, because
Okay.
like the instructions are very fun and easy, but I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's like really fun for like kids to play. I feel like it's a really good kid game.
That's awesome. So this is from Restoration Games. I wonder if this is an old game then that made a comeback. Because Restoration Games, you guys, they make really old games and they bring them back.
They do?
Yeah, so I wonder if this one must be a really, really old game that came back. Well, that's pretty cool. So, Scarlett, do you have any final thoughts on Dinosaur Tea Party?
Yeah. So if you want Dinosaur Tea Party, you can get it, and then it's very fun because you get to guess what they have on them. There might be a hat or glasses. There might be anything else. So it might be there soon.
That's very, very cool. Awesome. So that's Dinosaur Tea Party. So we get a big thumbs up for Dinosaur Tea Party for kids games. All right. So go out and buy Dinosaur Tea Party.
This game, I rate this game an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, Lexi, what about you? What do you give it out of 10?
Yeah, I give it probably an 8.
An 8. Okay, Scarlett, what do you give it out of 10?
100.
100 out of 10.
100 out of 10. That's like
Whoa,
totally
that's like her
intense.
favorite game of all
That's
time.
totally intense.
So let's go over to an Uwe Rosenberg Polyomino game that we love so much around this house. We haven't played it with the kids until just recently, and it's called Second Chance.
Chance.
Okay, who wants to take a stab
Me.
at how to explain this
I
one?
know how to explain it.
Lexi, you try to explain it.
So this is my second favorite game of what we played so far.
Ooh,
so
spoilers!
Spoiler
So
alert.
basically-
Spoiler alert.
So basically, what
Me know,
you
me
do,
know.
there's cards, and you each get a starter card with like shapes on them.
Okay,
But
one shape on it.
One shape on them.
It's a big one, right?
Yeah, I got a big one. And there's like a sheet of paper that has squares. There's a dot in the middle square of the paper. Your first starter card, you have to color with colored pencils. Well, it doesn't have to be colored pencils. It has
But it's
to
more
be-
fun, don't you think? Isn't it more fun with colored
So I
pencils?
wrote down colored pencils
You
because
did?
that makes it more colorful because once you fill in all the spaces,
It does make it more colorful,
it
that's
makes
true.
so like once you get a shape in the paper with the dot in the middle, you have to try to fit that shape, and the shape has to be in the square with the circle in it.
Yep.
And then once the whole table did that,
Mm-hmm.
you have to flip 2 other cards over the
Well, what are on those 2 cards that you flip up? Other shapes?
other shapes. And like sometimes they're 1 squares, so that's good. Because
Yeah, but so what do the players do when they see those 2 cards?
when they see those 2 cards,
They write both those shapes on their pad?
No, you have to pick one shape.
Oh.
Because maybe, like, the other shape wouldn't be that good for your paper. But you would have to, like...
Picking one.
Yeah, you're
Does
picking
each
one.
player have to pick the same shape?
No.
Oh, you can pick whatever shape you want. What if you can't fit the shape that was flipped up
Then
into your grid?
this is why it's called second chance. Because
Oh.
you get one more card to flip over to see if that shape
Fits in there?
fits in.
Ooh,
your
what if
square.
it does fit in there? You can just keep playing like normal?
Yep.
And what if it doesn't fit in there?
Then
You're done?
you're done.
Ooh.
But then you get to count
Well, how do you determine who wins the game?
whoever has the least amount of squares
Left
blank.
over.
Oh, so whoever has the most loses, or whoever has the least wins?
Yeah.
So if I only have like 2 squares open and you have 5, then I beat you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
'Cause,
So we
like-
like this game?
Yeah,
Well, let me ask Scarlett first. Scarlett wants to talk about why she... Do you like Second Chance, Scarlett?
Yes, because there's cards that you can have, and then there's a dot in the middle that is in the middle. You don't do anything to it. So you flip over a card, and then you can pick whatever shape you want. If one of the cards don't fit, and you can get another turn, and then if that one doesn't fit, then you're out.
Oh my goodness. And you like this game?
Yes, because it's very fun for kids.
How come it's fun for kids?
Because they're also fun for grown-ups because they're very good for kids. I think it's my favorite game.
Wow. Is it because you like coloring in the shapes with the colored pencils?
Yes, because you can pick whatever color you want. You don't have to do the same color on every one.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
and you can draw like patterns.
Oh, Cameron, why don't you tell me what you like about Second Chance?
I really like the challenges. So
What are the challenges?
the challenges are when like you're starting to run out of space and the shapes are getting pretty difficult, and it just gets harder for you to write the shapes in your square.
Oh, so you like figuring out like, oh, where's the best spot to put this?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? So you like toward the end of the game when it gets a little stressful?
Yes.
That's what you like about it? Oh, interesting. I like that too, actually. Lexi, what's your favorite thing about the game?
My favorite thing is drawing shapes.
Me too. Is it not super fun drawing the shapes with the colored pencils?
It's so
And like
fun.
either coloring them in or making little lines and patterns.
Can I tell them why I think it's fun for kids?
So you think it's fun for kids?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Because, most kids like to draw, and it's basically a drawing game with lots of colors that you can pick from. And it's an easy, fun game, like I said, with Dinosaur Tea Party. And you really get to draw a lot. And it's good because kids get to use their, mind. And, does it go there? Or does it go here? Wait,
Okay.
I should put it right there. Yeah. And then they draw the shape that they see, and it can.
And it's easy for kids to draw shapes, right?
Yeah.
Drawing shapes is easy. Cameron, what
Because-
about you? What do you think it's good for kids? Or do you think it's good for kids?
It kind of is. It's not good for it may be a little difficult for Scarlett's age, but to Lexi's age, 8 years old is where it starts to get a bit easier.
Cameron, it's easy for my age. I know how to play. It's very fun for me. Yes,
Wink, wink.
It's very easy for me to play.
Wait, is
Wink,
it,
wink.
What number is it? Is it 8 and up, or is it
I don't know how many.
It's 8 and up.
It's 8 and up, but I mean, Scarlett could handle it. So I honestly think maybe Cameron's right where younger kids might not get, exactly the strategy of where to place. But
they still
Scarlett
can-
played and had a good time.
Yeah.
They're gonna need a bit of help, but they can still do it.
Yeah, so they might need a little help. But okay, so that's Second Chance. I think that's a fantastic game. I'm actually really excited that you kids like that game. Let's move over now to a game called Harvest Dice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
Cameron, do you think you could explain how to play Harvest Dice? Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you give it a shot?
So for Harvest Dice, you roll dice. The last player will get 2 dice. Everybody else gets 3. And
Wait, what do you mean? So there's a group of dice you roll, and then we draft them, right? Everybody
Yes.
drafts dice? Okay, one at a
Yes.
time.
So and then we gotta leave 1 there. So then whenever there's 1, we gotta fill in the vegetable that color is. Red's tomato, orange is carrots, and green is lettuce.
Okay, so the dice that you're rolling are different colors.
Yes.
And so when you're drafting these dice, those represent vegetables.
Yes.
And what do you do with those?
So you can plant them.
What does that mean?
So by their numbers, let's just say you had a 6.
Okay.
You'd put that in a 6 column, and let's just say that was a lettuce.
Okay.
And let's just say you had another lettuce that's a 1. You cannot get it next to the 6, so you'd have to feed it to the pig. The pig can give you piggy points.
Okay. So there's a grid 1 through 6 on the board, and there's 3 rows. When you take a dice, so let's say, like Cameron's example, there was a 6 and it was green. That means lettuce. You take that 6, green 6 dice, and you're going to draw, it's like a square, I think, for lettuce. You're going to draw a lettuce square in the 6 column in one of those rows. You can then only draw lettuce orthogonally adjacent to that first one. So like Cameron said, you could not take a lettuce with a value of 1 and put it in the 1 column because that's not adjacent to the 6. You'd have to either get another 6 or a 5. So if you can't place a die, so if you took 2 green dice, a 6 and a 1, you can't place the 1.
You would choose if you wanted to do 1 or 6.
So let's say you choose the 1. You put it in the 1 spot. Now you have the 6 dice left over. You can't use that 6 dice. So instead,
you can feed it to the pig.
You feed it to the pig. What does that do?
Whenever you get 1 row filled for the pig, you can make your dice go up 1 number or down 1 number.
So each row of these pig pens that you're feeding the dice you can't use to, there's 6 circles to mark off. You mark off 1 circle for each pip on the dice that you didn't use. So if we used a lettuce for the 1 and put it in the 1 column, we can't use the 6 because you can't put a 6 adjacent to a 1. We now mark off 6 pips on the first pig pen row, which fills it in completely, which now you get a power, like Cameron said. You can then, in a future draft, up or down a die by 1. So let's say you get a lettuce in the next round, that's a 3. You still can't put the 3 by 1, but you could use that pig power, knock it down to a 2, and now you can place that die. Yeah. So the game ends when, buddy?
Whenever all piggy points are filled.
Okay.
All lettuce, carrots, or tomatoes. Things are full whenever.
So the grid is full.
Yeah, until the grid is full, and until your garden is full.
So any of those 3 things, if the pig pens get full, or if your grid of vegetables gets full, or if one of there's these other vegetable patches, if those fill up, and then at the end you see whoever has the most victory points.
And that is just to the first person. You don't really wait till everybody.
Oh, right, the first person to do one of those.
It's like if somebody only has 3 rows of piggy points and somebody else completed the piggy points, then it's over.
So, did you like this game, Cameron?
I loved this.
Really?
It. There's a lot to it. You can plant stuff, you can get piggy points, which I call piggy power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is funny. Well, that's good to hear that you like this game. I do think there's somebody else in this family who might not like it too much. Let's talk to her, Lexi Kathleen. So, what do you not like about Harvest Dice? Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, I just hate it.
That's all right. What don't you like about it?
I just don't really like it. It's kind of an easy game that I don't really like. I just don't really like planting them.
Did you just find it boring?
Yeah. I just don't really like it because I just thought it was boring.
Just thought it was boring. Okay, hey Scarlett, did you play Harvest Dice? Do you remember this game? I don't know if you played this one.
She played it.
Just a very little bit the first time?
Just a very little bit.
Okay. Do you remember it at all?
I don't remember how we play it really much because I don't know when I really played it, so I don't really play it anymore because I don't really play it.
That makes sense. I have a little bit of similar feelings to Lexi. I didn't love this game either. What I did like was playing with Cameron, because Cameron was he was right down, figuring it out, and you could tell his brain was active, and it was cool to watch that. What I didn't love about it, there's a spot you can get yourself you can actually literally write yourself into a corner where you can't put something down. If you make a mistake early by writing, some lettuce in one corner, and then you write a carrot next to it, then you're now you're blocked in, and that can really hurt you. And it led to some very frustrating moments for me personally.
Yeah, me too.
So I didn't think it was a bad game. I just didn't love it as much as Cameron did. Cameron, do you think this is a good game for kids?
Yes, it is.
How come, bud?
Not it's good for kids that can write.
Okay, cool. Because all you really have to do is draw shapes. Because the carrots are triangles, basically. The tomatoes are circles. Yeah, and the lettuce is squares.
You don't have to detail it so much. You can just write circles.
But I do think you need to be a little bit older to know where to put stuff.
Yeah.
If you're just drawing willy-nilly, you're just going to hurt yourself.
If you're littler like Scarlett, you probably want to be with an adult watching. Because if you do it by yourself, it'll probably be a little more confusing.
Do you agree with that, Scarlett? Do you think you could play it by yourself, or do you think you would need to play it with a grown-up?
Play it with a grown-up.
If you're 5?
Yeah.
When do you think you could play it by yourself? How old do you think you'd have to be?
When I am Cameron's age.
You think
Or
so?
Lexi.
Actually, Lexi's age.
Okay, so maybe when you're 8 years old, huh? Lexi, you have more thoughts?
I have one more thing.
Okay.
Like, I do think it's a good game for kids, but I just am one kid that doesn't really like it as much.
Sure, that's fine. Not
just-
everything is for everybody.
Some stuff I have to think and like, it's just frustrating.
I understand that. All right, you guys ready to talk about the last game
Yeah.
before we talk about Castles of Burgundy?
Yep.
All right, the last game we played with the kids, except I don't think Scarlett played this one, is called, who wants to say this game?
Can't stop.
Can't Stop.
Can I?
You want to explain it, or do you want me to?
I want you to.
You want me to?
Well, like, I just wanted to say the name. Because, like,
Can't Stop is a game from 1982, the year I was born. I think it's 1982. Anyway, by the late, great Sid Saxon. This is a push your luck game where you are trying to race to be the first one to lock down 3 columns. If you lock down 3 columns before any other player, you win. The way you do it is you roll 4 dice. You have a stop sign board in the middle of the table. At the very top of each column, there's columns that go from 2 to 12, okay? So here's how it works. On your turn, you roll 4 dice. The dice that you roll, you're making two. You're grouping the dice in 2. Okay, so let's say I roll a 4 and a 3 and a 5 and a 2. I could make a 4 and a 3 as a 7, a 5 and a 2 as a 7, or I could put the 4 and the 5 together and make it 9, and the 3 and the 2 together to make a 5. Right? So you pick those. So let's say I pick the 5 and the 9. I then take these little tokens, of which you have 3, and put them on the very bottom of the 5 and the 9 column. I have 1 token left to place. So I roll again. Let's say I roll again and I get 5 and a 2 and a 5 and a 2. So I could either take a 10 and a 4, or I could take 2 7s. Let's say I take 2 7s. I place that last marker I had up 2 on the 7 track. Now my turn really starts to begin. Okay, so I have a marker on the 5, the 7, and the 9. Okay, now when I'm rolling my 4 dice, I have to be able to make a 5, a 7, or a 9. If I don't, I bust and I'm out. So let's say I roll, and I get a 5 and a 7. I move those markers up, 1 on the 5 track, 1 on the 7 track. At that exact moment, I make a decision. Do I want to go again, or do I want to stop? If I go again, I risk busting. And if I bust, meaning I can't make a 5, 7, or a 9, then I lose all the progress I've made so far. Everything comes off the board, and I'm done, and it goes to the next player. If I stop, I replace the markers that are on the board with markers of my color. And then on my next turn, I will start from those markers. So you're trying to be the first to race all the way up to the very top of those tracks and then stop while you're on top of those tracks. If I get 3 of them before anybody else, I win. Right, guys?
yeah.
So this is a push your luck game. Lexi, Kathleen, what do you think of this one? You look excited.
So I have a lot of
Thoughts?
thoughts about this game. My first thought is it's really exciting because it's really exciting when you're like 2 away
From the top?
winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, should I roll again? And maybe I will get like a 2, which I need to. And then what I also like about it is rolling dice.
It's just fun to roll dice.
Because you never know, like, if you're going to get the number that you're trying to get. And you're like, oh, wait, should I stop or should I keep going? I don't know.
That's the best part of the whole game.
Yeah,
That's the push your luck part.
Push
Do I
your luck
stop?
part.
Do I go? Do I stop? Do I go? What do I do?
Yeah, because you never know. You might get busted and, yeah, you're just done
Yep,
with your
so
turn.
making that decision is super fun, isn't it?
Yeah, because Cameron already won the game, so me and Detta were playing.
For second.
Yeah, and
Technically, you don't do that. When somebody wins, it's over. But
had
yeah,
the
it was fun to play for second.
choice because me and Detta were like,
We both had 2.
yeah, and I was like, should I keep going? I don't know because I only have like
2 spots left.
2 spots left.
But if I bust, I'll lose 5 spaces of progress.
Yeah, and then I let Detta go.
She stopped.
And then he just won.
Yep.
And I also
Second
like
place,
the
yeah.
board shape. It's shaped like a stop sign.
Yeah, it's like a big octagon,
It's
like a stop
fun.
sign, right?
Because there's like little spaces. I like that there's 3 tokens that you can take off. And then I really like designing.
Deciding
That's
is so
my
fun.
favorite part about it.
That's awesome. Cameron, what about you, buddy? You like this game?
I love this game.
Yeah, tell me why.
I liked the chances of getting a good number. Let's just say someone cleared 7.
Okay.
I kept getting 7s. That's just really frustrating.
Yeah, because you can't. That's a good point.
Whenever
When
you get,
somebody
like,
claims a column, you can no longer use the dice to go up on that column anymore because it's claimed. So that now would count as a bust.
But whenever you get 12 or 2, that's really lucky because you can't really it's a low chance of getting them. And
So 12 and 2 are the hardest to make on dice, right? 2 6s and 2 1s. You need for that. So because of that, it only takes 3 times to go up the track to get those columns. The last time we played, Cameron won with number 1, number 11, and number 12. The 3 hardest to win on. He won. That's the way he won.
Yeah, and
he just happened to roll 1 3 times, 12 3 times, and 11 5
he was
times.
the only person who got 12.
It was so fun.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
so cool.
and
Well, let me ask you this, guys. Do you guys think this is good for kids?
yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, you start, Cam.
So this game would be good for kids because if it wasn't good for kids, then they would be confused. But
You don't think they'll be
It's
confused?
not so much. Kind of like in Harvest Dice, you have to do this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But in that game, you just roll dice and then
And move up tracks.
yeah, it's not that hard.
Well, I guess the hardest part would probably be that you have to
Yeah.
you have to see the combinations of numbers, right?
Yeah, that
Is
would
that
be
the hardest part?
Yeah, if it'd be old enough whenever you could do plus math.
Okay, so once you learn how to add, what grade do you add in?
First grade, like first grade to be the stuff on the dice.
That's when you start being able to add numbers in first
Yeah.
grade? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but
Lexi's in second grade, Cameron's in fourth grade, so
You still add.
You can
stuff
figure it out then.
in kindergarten, but it's not.
plus you can get your parent to do it
yeah,
to help you.
But whenever you do it in kindergarten, they don't teach you 6 plus 5 and 5 plus 6 and 6 plus 6. But in first grade, that's where you start to learn.
I
that stuff.
see. I see. Okay. Lexi, do you think this is good for kids?
Yeah. At first, when Cameron
was explaining
teaching me, I was like, I get it a little bit, but not a lot. So then when I played it, I just got it.
Made more
'Cause
sense.
Sometimes, when you don't get the instructions when they're telling you it, and then when you play, you just get it.
So some people are visual learners. So some people learn better when they're being taught, when they're playing it. And
Yeah,
other people
that's what
people learn better when they're being told what the rules are. So I understand that.
Yeah.
You're more of a visual learner?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, guys, I want to ask you something really cool. Lexi, we'll start with you. Can you put these games in order? So the games being Dinosaur Tea Party, Second Chance, Harvest Dice, and Can't Stop. Order them for me from what you liked the least to what you like the most. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it, Lex?
So mine is my first favorite. Is
No, do one you like the least.
Oh, the
to
least.
Yeah. So tell me your favorite last. So which one did you like the least?
Harvest Dice.
I kind of figured. Okay, and then what?
Dinosaur Tea Party.
Ooh, so you like Dinosaur Tea Party, second worst. Okay, and then what?
Second Chance.
Oh, so that means Can't Stop is first?
Yep.
Yeah, I could tell. When Lexi was playing Can't Stop, she was freaking out. She was just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I go? Do I stay? I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, help me, Dada, help me. Ah, and Cameron's like, you better stop. You better stop. I would stop if I was you. And she's like, stop telling me that, Cameron. You're just telling me that because you want me to lose. And oh my gosh, what do I do, Dada? It was so funny to watch. It was really, really fun. So I kind of expected that. So how come you like Second Chance better than Dinosaur Tea Party?
Dinosaur Tea Party, I like it, but it's not as good as Second Chance. Because I feel like you did more fun stuff in Second Chance. Because when I played Dinosaur Tea Party, I played Can't Stop on the last, and I played Second Chance the second last one. But when I played Dinosaur Tea Party and Harvest Dice, I liked Dinosaur Tea Party more. But then when I played Second Chance, I was like,
Oh, this is better. I like those better.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I like it. I think I'm gonna, I'm shooting
I would
it.
play this all the time.
I'm-
Yeah, get rid of Dinosaur Tea
Get
Party. Let me
rid
just play
of
Second
Dinosaur
Chance.
Tea Party and this. You're my baby now.
You're my baby now. All right, Cameron
But
Allen,
Can't Stop
can
is
you
my
order them, you
real
think?
baby.
I can.
Ooh, what's your least favorite?
My least favorite is Second Chance.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Then Harvest Dice.
Okay.
Then Dinosaur Tea Party.
Okay. And then Can't Stop's your favorite too?
Yes.
Wow.
We know the opposite of Dinosaur Tea Party.
Yeah, I was like,
Can't
you
Stop.
like.
Oh, you like Dinosaur Tea Party the best.
Yeah.
Can't Stop second best.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, buddy. That's super cool. Scarlett, Corinne, do you want to come back here for a second?
She didn't really play.
I know, that's okay. Come back here for a second. I want to ask you a question. So Scarlett didn't play Can't Stop,
Can't stop
and she didn't really play Harvest Dice, but Scarlett, you played Second Chance and Dinosaur Tea Party. Which one did you like better?
With Dinosaur Tea Party was the best because you get to like find the dinosaur that they have sometimes, but you might not get it. So we don't really want to. No one really else wants to play. Only me and Cameron wanted to play because it was his idea.
Awesome. Thank you. So that's 2 for Dinosaur Tea Party as the top game.
I just thought Scarlett would have a lot of fun
Yeah.
with Dinosaur Tea
I
Party.
don't
Me too.
think Scarlett really liked Second Chance. Because
Yeah.
when we asked her to play Second Chance today, she was like,
didn't want
no. But maybe if we would have asked her
Scarlett,
to play
what did you
Dinosaur
do
Tea
instead?
Party,
When we
she
were
was
playing
like,
games
yeah.
today, what did you
She would
do?
have been like, yeah.
I was playing with my doll, and then while we were doing it, I was watching Peppa.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun. All right, guys. That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Lexi and Scarlett, I want you guys to say, thank you for having me. Goodbye. I'm going to talk to Cameron about
Thank you for
Castles of
having
Burgundy.
me. Goodbye, but thank you. Bye. I'll see you. I might do it next time.
Yes. Okay.
Lol.
Thank you, girls. Thank you so much. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buddy.
What?
Are you ready to talk?
I'm so ready.
All right, so first, before I talk about this, I want to talk about what's been going on in the Discord. So I made a couple things in the Discord lately, and if you are not a member of the Gamecasters Discord, please go to the link tree of the Gamecasters Instagram account, and you will see an invite, a perpetual invite to our Discord. I need you to go and get involved in what we're doing there. We are doing Game of the Week, which what we're doing is we're going to take a poll every week, and we're going to take a poll every week, and we're going to vote on what game we're going to play for that week, and then we're going to talk about it in the discussion thread of that Discord server, kind of like a book club style, okay? And then we also have a companion Gamer of the Week, which kind of runs or is sort of similar to BGG's Geek of the Week. If you know what that is, if you don't, I'll explain what it is now. We're going to basically highlight one member of the Gamecasters community every week. And there's another thread in the Discord for that. We're going to go to that person, to the thread there, and ask that person all sorts of questions. And they're going to answer these questions for the entire week. They're also going to give us 2 truths and a lie. And you're going to vote on what you think the lie is, and they will reveal that lie at the end of the week. It's going to be so awesome. So we have our first game and Gamer of the Week. The Gamer of the Week is none other than Gamecasters' venerable listener, Miss French Toast, Samantha Frintos. Okay, she is our Gamer of the Week. She's an amazing person who exemplifies everything great about the Gamecasters community. We love her a lot around here. And so head on over to the Discord and get involved in asking her tons of questions. It's super active right now, and we're really happy about that. The Game of the Week for our very first Game of the Week was, Cameron, what was the game? Drumroll.
I forgot.
It's called The Castles of Burgundy.
Oh, yeah, the Castles of Burgundy.
The Castles of Burgundy. So I have for a long time really been waiting for Cameron to come of age so he can start playing these grown-up games with me. I basically created this little game group of mine, and I want them to start playing bigger games with me. And I think Cameron has finally reached a level where he's ready to play these kinds of games. So I thought, what better way to play a heavier game with Cameron and also marry that into the Game of the Week in the Discord. And so we did that. So last night we played the Castles of Burgundy with Cameron and Natalie, and Cameron almost won on his very first try. My own son almost beat me. Cameron,
Yeah?
why did you take it so hard on your father?
Okay, before I say that, I have something to say about the Gamer of the Week.
Okay.
Miss French Toast is really good at Mario Kart.
Yeah. She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Miss French Toast have had a couple run-ins on the Switch. Remember she came to visit your Animal Crossing island?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
She's great, isn't she?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, that's very cool. Okay, so let's talk about the game, Cameron. Did you like the Castles of Burgundy?
I loved it.
First of all, tell everybody how old you are.
I'm 10.
Okay, so he's 10 years old and played the Castles of Burgundy and almost obliterated Natalie and me. Tell me what you liked about it.
I liked the
Well, actually, wait, first of all, do you want to explain a little bit about what the game is, if anybody doesn't know?
Sure, yeah. There's a castle, and there's these tiles around. They do different things. The blue ones, let's just example. The blue ones only have ships, and if you put down a ship, that'll determine your order. It doesn't really like stay one person going first all the time. There's like a board. Whenever you get a boat, your color moves up one on the board, and whenever it does that, then you're first.
So what he's talking about is everybody has a player board, and on everybody's player board, there's a bunch of little hex grid things printed on them. And that's like your kingdom, we'll say. Mm-hmm. So on your turn, everybody rolls 2 dice, and you basically take turns. Basically, when it's your turn, you have 2 actions. You're going to use both your dice, and you're going to take tiles from the main board with your dice, and you're essentially going to then place those tiles in your kingdom. And so the tiles come in 6 different colors, and Cameron was just talking about the blue ship tiles, and each tile does a different thing. The ship tiles, they allow you to go to advance on the turn order track, to go first in turn order, and they also allow you to get these goods tiles that you can use to score points. This is definitely a definition of a point salad game, where pretty much everything you do scores points. Now, it's a medium weight game, right? This is rated like, I think, 3 or around the 3 weight level. And so, this is not just a light party game. This is like a medium weight, like, big game. It's as highly and widely regarded as one of the best games of all time. I would think this is Natalie's favorite game of all time. Certainly, it's one of the 2 of us' favorite games. We put it on. We have a top 10 list that Natalie and I have, like, combined what we love, and Castle of Burgundy is number 3 on that list. So I wanted to talk to you, Cameron, about your expectations going into the game. Were you nervous that you didn't think you could do it? Were you worried, that this might be too much for you? And then how did you feel as the game went on? And then how did you feel as it ended?
So at the beginning, I was really nervous. I didn't think I was able to, do it.
Like during the rules explanation?
Yeah. But then you guys kept reminding me.
Of the rules?
Yeah. And then whenever it was the middle of the game, I started to get it more. And whenever it was, at the end of the game, I, knew everything.
Mm-hmm. What did you enjoy about it?
I enjoyed the tiles of what you can do. I enjoyed the spendings of there's silverlings, and if you're first player, and if you get a 5, it doesn't have to be first player, and if you get a 5, you can get a mine, and you get
what does the mine do?
The mine gives you silverlings,
right?
2 silverlings or 1.
What does the silverlings do for you?
So you can buy stuff with the silverlings.
Yeah, outside of your normal action, which is great.
And they can get you points at the end.
Very true. Okay, so you liked acquiring the mines, and yeah, that was making me mad. Cameron kept going first the whole game. He kept taking all the boat tiles and going first, and then when he goes first, of course, his very first roll, he rolls a 5. There's only 1 silverling mine on the entire board. Cameron gets to the very first thing. Me and Natalie are just sitting there like, and Cameron's like, ha ha ha, and then he gets all the silverlings to buy all the tiles in the center, and he's got this engine going, and me and Natalie can't roll anything we want, and it's terrible, and he's only 10 years old, and he's going to beat us on his first ever play, and it was just driving me crazy.
It wasn't that crazy. And also, Jetta got really mad whenever he was going last.
Yeah, why do I always have to go last? I want to go first sometimes.
Because it's the game, Jetta.
Wait.
You agreed to play games.
What? No, that's not. It has to be fair for me. If I don't get to go first, then I don't want to play. It's not fair.
You have no.
What?
You play to have fun, not the turn order. That's what Lexi's like.
I only play for the turn order. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you had fun figuring out what tiles to get.
Yes.
For me, what was great watching Cameron play this, was his eyes light up when he saw a combination of things he could do to get him a ton of points. He was constantly sitting there. It was like my turn or Natalie's turn. We were thinking what to do, and Cameron was over there going, I know what I'm going to do on my next turn. I'm going to get 7 or 8 more points. And we were like, stop it. You're already beating us by 100. It was really, really funny, but it was also awesome to see. And what I loved about it the most was that it showed me that my 10-year-old son can not only play these games, but he can play them to a high enough level on his first time that makes me think that he can play, there's a million other games I have in my collection that I think are now open for him to play. So what I would do, if you have children that you're just wondering, or you don't know that these games are going to be enough, too much for them, just try it. just give it a try. And you might find that it just clicks, because that's what happened with Cameron. Is I was worried for a while, like, oh, I think this is going to be too much for you, so we'll play something lighter. You know what? I just decided to throw him into it, and he did incredibly. So what do you think that you would play this game again, Cameron?
I'll play it anytime.
Really? Did you like it that much?
I loved it.
If you were to put it in a ranking of games that you love, where would it be? Like, is it one of your favorites?
Yeah, it is.
What did you think of the look of the game? Did you care? Did you think it was ugly? Did you even care about that?
I didn't really care.
You didn't care?
Like, I just cared about the setup and, like, what I could do. But
Right.
it's not that detailed.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people who don't really love the way it looks. I'm kind of one of them. I don't really love the way it looks. But are there any negatives you can think about the game? Is there anything that you don't like?
I really don't like that some of the tiles are really hard to get. Like, the yellow tiles are hard to get unless if you have a lot of silverlings.
Oh, you mean the tiles in the middle of the board? Because they're not always yellow.
And so your teammate, whoever else is playing,
Your
doesn't
opponents.
take them all.
Yeah, if they take them all, that can be a big bummer, can't it?
Because I was gonna get points from that, but they were all gone.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Like,
I can't go first all the time. You can't get all the yellow
and
tiles.
Natalie took all of the buildings.
She did, didn't she? She had a ton of
Yeah,
buildings.
and we needed some of those powers.
Yeah, give them to us.
Yeah,
Like, that's not
and-
fair.
Yeah, Natalie almost had like all of them.
Yeah, why
filled.
can't they just give us stuff?
Yeah.
Ugh, that drives me crazy. Anyway, I love the game, The Castles of Burgundy. You can go on over to the Gamecasters Discord and you can read the discussion that I wrote after we played in that discussion thread and see a lot of other people who are currently playing it right now who are also talking about it. If you love The Castles of Burgundy, then join the Gamecasters Discord, head on over, and just tell us what you love about it. We got a bunch of questions I put out for everybody to answer as they're playing this. We have people playing on Board Game Arena who are unable to necessarily play in person. You know, we have a bunch of people setting up games, virtual games to play. You know, everybody else, a lot of people are playing in real life. It's just so awesome.
In
And
real life?
huh?
You can play that in real life?
Well, we played it in real life yesterday. So when I say in real life, I mean like we're actually playing in front of each other in a physical copy.
Like it's a game? Like
It's a game. Like some people can play it online. There's an
that's what I
online version called Board Game Arena, or a website called Board Game Arena, and you can play Castles of Burgundy on there. People can play that either real time, or you can play it where like I take a turn and then you have like a day to make a move on your turn, so you don't have to play it in real time because some people don't have time for that, or some people are. There's people, Main Street Meeple Amanda, it started up a game and she lives in Ohio, right? But some people she's playing with live like in Europe. So they're not on the same time zone. So, it's going to take them a couple of days maybe to get the game played. And it's really, really, really cool. So if you love the Castles of Burgundy, if you ever wanted to play the Castles of Burgundy, and if you want to talk about the Castles of Burgundy, again, head to the Gamecasters Instagram page, okay? On the homepage, or on the bio in the link tree, you can find a perpetual invite to our Discord server.
Gamecasters is amazing.
Oh, Cameron, you're amazing. You're
Thank you.
amazing. Awesome. That is so cool. Well, thank you so much, Cameron, for joining me and talking to me about Castle of Burgundy, a game that I hope that you love so much, a game that we love so much.
And also, before I go, it's not about the game. If you heard me say something secret earlier, you're cool.
Did you say something secret?
Yes.
And I didn't even notice it?
Yep. It's really quiet.
If you heard the secret message that Cameron put forth earlier in the episode, I suppose, email me at thegamecasterspodcast@gmail.com, and I will ask Cameron if that's what he heard or what you heard. Was it a question you asked people?
No, it was just something like that's about me.
Ooh, interesting. Scarlett, you're back. Scarlett had a question. Go ahead, Scarlett. What did you want to ask me?
I want to ask that if we could eat at a restaurant.
You want to go eat at a restaurant? What restaurant do you want to eat at?
I don't know yet, but I want to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. I guess we're going to a restaurant. Well, I guess we're going to have to stop this now.
And
Yep.
Lexi wants to too.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
What about Natalie? Does Natalie say it's okay?
Yeah.
She did?
All she said is if you want
it's
it.
on me. Cameron, what do you think? Should we go to a restaurant?
Yes.
All right, guys. I guess we're going to a restaurant. So we're going to sign off and say, for Cameron Allen James, Scarlett Corinne James, Lexi Kathleen James, I am Ryan
What
James.
she isn't even here.
And you have been listening to The Gamecasters, Episode 2, The Gamecasters Adjacent.
Peace.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Bye. Again.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
We will see you
Later.
We will see
Later,
you
Gators.
Goodbye.
We will see you. We will see you later. Bye bye. We will see you next time.